Hello, this is Keith UHC, and I'm bringing you a commentary of a low elo game. Now, the reason I'm doing this low elo game, it's a game I played with my brother, and my brother hasn't hit level 30 yet, so some of the players in this game are probably not the best. I myself am average, mediocre at best, I'd say. But the reason I'm doing this game is because it's a two kills per minute game. There's just a lot of action. I think it'll be a bit entertaining. It was fun to play. It'll be, I think, interesting to watch as well. So for the blue team, we have a Warwick, Soraka, Tristana, Olaf, Ari, and for the purple team, we have a Blitzcrank, Udyr, Gangplank, Ashe, Mordekaiser. So fairly standard picks. We don't really have anything too troll. I guess the Soraka having revive heal is a bit strange, and the Blitzcrank has revive teleport at these pre-level 30 games. I guess you do see a lot of revive action going on. Mid lane, Mordekaiser, Ari. I think Mordekaiser should be able to lane against Ari okay, but Ari is certainly much better at getting ganks off in the mid game once she hit, or not the mid, sort of the early-ish game, the level 6 game. After she hits level 6, she can run around, do a bit of roaming, pick up some kills on the side lanes. This is me in the chat commenting that all the opponents had under 100 ping, and we all had over 100 ping, which means we lose. It's always depressing when you see high pings on your team and low pings on the enemy team. It depresses me, at least. I'm worried that the people I'm playing with might be from Brazil or somewhere strange. When I have 200 ping, it makes me worry. It makes me worry. But in any event, that doesn't stop us. We've pinged the enemy jungle and are moving forward for an invade, or at least some of us are. I guess this is sort of the logic. If you have Blitzcrank, you invade very frequently. A lot of Blitzcranks want to. Some people tell their Blitzcranks to. We're moving forward. I'm not sure which way we want to go in. I like to go in from the sort of this ramp, but it looks like these guys want to approach through this area, which is fine. Gangplank is up here, always lonesome. Mordekaiser is late to the party. Mordekaiser's not sure what lane he's going. He thinks he's bottom lane. Oh, Mordekaiser, you silly person. Don't you know the meta? Anywho, we see this Olaf has been spotted by the Gangplank and vice versa. They're just standing there staring at each other. Olaf's probably AFK and doesn't even see him. Oh, he's not AFK. They exchange blows, a parley for a vicious strike, I guess, and they're continuing to trade. However, Olaf is certainly getting the better of this trade. They both started boots and pots. Gangplank is used pot, Olaf is not. So Olaf is hit by Ashe's critical hit. Ari gets off an orb of deception, hitting a lot of people. We see Gangplank in the front, very low damage. He needs to flash back. Still, he's been ignited, and that's going to take him down. The Olaf is a fairly low health. The Tristana in the middle thing's low health. The Blitzcrank dies. And the Mordekaiser's going on the Olaf, but he gets killed. The Ashe is trying to kill everyone, trying to run away from everyone, trying to kill, no, tries to kill Tristana. The Blitzcrank actually had revived teleport and came back in the action to pick off the Warwick. Now he's going for the Soraka, but she has Summoner Heal, and now Blitzcrank is in a lot of trouble. He's trying to fight 3 people, they all have a decent amount of health. Olaf is down at about 100. He could get the Olaf, but he does not manage to get the Olaf. And that is a 6-for-1 trade. 6-for-1 because Blitzcrank had revived teleport and came back into this ward. So, that is not the way you want to start a game, but Udyr is like, it's K, I'm just gonna go get this blue buff. I say Soraka OP because Soraka is a 3-0 and 3 start. Mordekaiser, he still thinks he's bottom lane despite being told that he's middle. He really wants to go bottom lane. And not only is he started cloth and 5 health potions, completely standard start for laning against an Ari, completely standard. You really have to be careful of those Ari right clicks, man, they do a lot of damage. So, me laning against Tristana, I'm the Ashe. She's picked up Adoran's boots, double pots. I'm just on boots and 5 pots. I bought some extra pots when I came back to base. She's doing a lot of damage to me. I'm running away because I don't think I can trade her. I'm probably right, but I guess I should have been playing more cautious to begin with. She sends me back to base. I underestimated her ability to rocket jump and force a trade with me that I could not win. Blitzcrank coming down to the bottom lane. Since I left, he was middle lane trying to do some sort of pressure on Ari. That failed miserably. Mordekaiser's down to 200 health. He's not even using his health potions against this Ari, who's at full health. She's pushing his tower. Warwick picked up his blue buff. Udyr's on the red buff. Blitzcrank hanging at the tower, not taking any damage. He does have his Philosopher's Stones. He did pick up a kill, but Soraka, of course, has Philosopher's Stone boots and a health crystal. Udyr with the double buff, going to see if he can make something happen. Gangplank just laning top lane, farming it up like a boss. It's what we need to do is just try and farm. We're so far behind. Well, we're not really so far behind, but one item behind. Tristana to get another trade off. Blitzcrank misses a hook. That probably would have been a kill if it had landed. Ashe taking a lot of damage, but she does have a lot of health potions. A gank going down on this Ahri. She's taking a bit of damage. She flashes away from the Udyr who had the shield on him. Udyr now moving into the jungle. Bit of action going on at the tower. Ashe continuing his health potion, taking a lot of damage from that star call because she doesn't have it stacking on her yet, but still taking damage. Warwick caught at lowish health, about 3/4 health. He's in a duel. He gets killed quite quickly, just I guess the burst on the Udyr with his tiger stance a bit more than Warwick thought. Udyr continuing to be very aggressive in this jungle. The bot laners got into the jungle to try and force him out, which enables the bottom lane to get a bit of farming action in the meantime. Ahri is at fairly high-ish health. Mordekaiser goes back to base. Even though he only used one of his health potions, he's going back to base to pick up some boots. Top lane, Gangplank just on boots against this Olaf, who got to start with Vampiric Scepter and Adorans. Udyr is stealing the red buff. He waited for the people who were trying to kill him to run away, but now he runs into the Warwick again. Meanwhile, there was a trade going on at bottom lane. Tristana got killed by the Ashe. Blitzcrank hooked her. The Soraka got hooked. She didn't quite get hooked in the tower, but the Power Fist knocks her up, and Ashe manages to finish her off. Meanwhile, top lane, there's so many kills in this game, I really just can't catch them all. The Olaf took down the Gangplank sort of at the tower, with very little damage taken in return. This Warwick is fighting the Udyr. Udyr low health, running away. Run away, Udyr, run away. But since we just got a double kill bot lane, fortunately for him, they're not there to kill him, so he will get away okay. Unless, maybe not, he's going in for the Warwick, running away. Run away, Udyr, run away. He's going to get away just fine. This Ahri's picked up an early Fiendish Codex of all things. Thankfully for the Mordekaiser, his I'm sure cloth armor counters Fiendish Codex very well. Some more trading going on top lane. Udyr telling Mordekaiser to do something. I'm not sure what Mordekaiser can do. Ahri misses a charm. Mordekaiser just hanging out. Check his CS real quick. Ahri at 25. Mordekaiser at 12 CS at the 6-minute mark. A bit underwhelming. It's hard when you're playing Mordekaiser. If you're not going to get in there with creeps to generate your shield, you're just not going to be very successful. You kind of have to be a bit ballsy, I think. Ahri has her Spirit Rush going in for the kill on the Mordekaiser. She does use Ignite on him. She's going in for the tower dive, taking a couple tower hits. A lot of tower hits. Luckily for her, Udyr wasn't in the neighborhood to finish her off. Blitzcrank has picked up two GP10 items and is trying to farm at the tower while the Ashe has gone back to base. Ashe picked up Boots of Speed and Double Dorns, which actually puts her ahead of this Tristana on items by just a little bit. Tristana on the Double Dorns, but hasn't quite finished the Boots of Speed, or quite yet. Berserker Greaves, I mean. She's just on Boots of Speed while Ashe is on Berserker Greaves. Ashe getting off a little volley. Ashe wanting to play a bit aggressively. She sees that she's up on items against Tristana, wants to make some plays. Soraka actually turned her Hellstone into a Kindle Gem instead of a Philosopher's Stone. Bit of a, Kindle Gem, of course, good for the Shurelya's, but typically you want to get that GP10 going first and foremost. Ahri farming up in the mid lane against this Mordekaiser. Top lane, this Gangplank has died to this Olaf. Olaf is now finished off his Madrids and picked up a Dorn. Actually, he already had the Dorns. He picked up the Madrids after he got that kill. This Tristana at low health is Blitzcrank trying to make a play. He does Power Fist drop. Ashe is a bit slow to the parry, going in on. She's going in on the Soraka instead. She can't quite catch the Tristana. She pops off a volley. Soraka healed herself. The Fist grabs the Tristana. Ashe is going in on the Soraka. She thinks Soraka is an easier target. Does not work out for her. Blitzcrank, the Gangplank ultimate picks off the Soraka. Blitzcrank is trying to fight this Tristana. They're both pretty much one-hit wonders. This is like a game of paintball. One-hit kills, Goldeneye. The Golden Gun mode is active. Blitzcrank, unfortunately, they can see him. He doesn't manage to get off a Power Fist or a stun on Tristana, and he gets killed. Mordekaiser's coming bot lane. He thinks that Tristana's going to stay in lane at low health, I guess, and then he can kill her. That's his plan. It's his master plan. See how it works out for him. Meanwhile, Ahri continuing to outfarm his sorry butt in the mid lane. Mordekaiser says hello to the tower and then quickly goes around the other way. He says, now that they saw me, I will just walk this way and that way, and this is my brother. I play a few games with him, and he typically does this. I don't know what he's thinking. He can get kills with it, but I've never really seen him get a kill. He just kind of walks there and walks back. Ari hits him with the charm, hits him with the orb. She's using her spirit rush to do some more damage. Second spirit rush into the wall. She still, I think she flashed forward there. And does she get the Mordekaiser? She does not get the Mordekaiser. And the Ashe arrow is whiffing. Ashe went for the super long distance arrow to no effect, wasting that arrow very stupidly. Usually you should not go for those long distance arrows because you'll usually have a better opportunity in lane. Very seldom. Even like sometimes you hit those arrows and you're like, yeah, that arrow, but then the other half of the times, or more than half, you miss them and you'll really wish you had the arrow later. So Ashe is all alone against the Tristana, who has picked up a pickaxe, so Tristana now ahead of her, handling on items. The Udyr valiantly trying to go for their jungle and failing. Gangplank at full health, not really helping out. He's kind of a coward. Oh, big creep wave, not a big creep wave, one creep wave at the tower. Ashe thinks she can farm her the tower. Tristana has other ideas as she's being tower dived. Soraka taking the tower hits. The Ashe falls down. She wishes she had her arrow because it would have picked her up a kill, but unfortunately she wasted it. Stupid Ashe. Mordekaiser going in for the gank on Tristana. But yeah, this is another Mordekaiser TM brand trademark gank. Not too much coming out of this. He actually picked up a null magic mantle. Since he's laning against Nari, he wanted a bit of that magic resistage, I guess. He's going in for the tower dive, taking a couple tower hits. And thankfully, he dies thanks to the tower hits. Blitzcrank now it's 2v1. He's running away. He's at very high health. He will get away just fine. Drops down a ward as he retreats. Top lane, they both have blue buff for some strange reason. It's not often that you see both top laners with the blue buff, but hey, this is a completely standard, I mean, Olaf, Gangplank, blue buff lane, that's just the way these things go. Gangplank just picked himself up a Heart of Gold, and looks like he may be working on the other Jeep 10 item as well, since he picked up the Mana Charm, or the Fairy Charm. The Philosopher's Stone, he's working towards the Philosopher's Stone. Ashe is farming up a bit bot lane. We see the Blitzcrank is here. Udyr laning against this Ari has used her ultimate. She's ignited him, going in for the kill, but she does not manage to get it. Takes a couple tower hits. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a kill down on Tristana. Soraka does teleport back into the lane. However, she is being hit by the Blitzcrank. The power fist knocks her in. Blitzcrank very low health, but they're still going for this kill on the Soraka. Blitzcrank does use her ultimate on her to silence her. Ashe does not choose to dive. Ashe uses her arrow to kill the Tristana. Arrow's on cooldown at the moment. And that is that. So the kill count score now is 7 to 15. It started off 1 to 6, so the gap has actually increased by 2 kills ever since that 1 for 6 trade at the beginning. So they've actually fallen further behind now, the purple team has. Which is sort of to be expected. When you start off with a 1 for 6 trade, you usually think that you're just going to fall further behind. It's going to be hard to win your lanes with the enemy team all basically starting usually a Doran's item up on you. Udyr has started the dragon. Ashe is farming the bottom lane. She doesn't give a shit about dragons. She's fighting this Tristana. Thankfully, Soraka wasn't there to harass her as well. She gets away without taking too much damage from the Tristana. They both have the Berserker Greaves. Do they have, what's Tristana's base movement speed? Yeah, they have equal movement speed, so not too much going on there. Ashe shows up to help with the dragon. She doesn't even hit it. Noob Ashe. I guess she's just charging up her focus so she can land a crit when she gets back to lane. That's her master plan. You go, Ashe. You're the best. Blitzcrank coming around from behind for a gank. Mordekaiser coming in from the side. Good pincer formation going on from all sides. Soraka hit with the knockup. Warwick gets his ult off on Blitzcrank. Gangplank uses his ult to slow down the Warwick's retreat. Soraka also trying to retreat. Ashe is going in on the Warwick. She switches to the Soraka for the quick kill on the Soraka. Now she's going on the Tristana. Warwick staying here at very low health. Not the best decision on his part. Gangplank using his teleport to go back top lane, I think. Ashe continuing to harass down the Tristana. Ashe Picked up the triple Dorans. Warwick of very low health. Blitzcrank falls down to the Soraka, or falls down to the Warwick. Tristana going in on the Mordekaiser. Ashe flashing out of the Foxfire. Mordekaiser going down. Ashe in full retreat. So Operation Pincer Gank does not turn out very successfully. 2 of them died in exchange for 1 kill in their 4-man gank. So a fail 4-man gank. Tragic. Udyr at lowish health in their jungle, picking up what he can. Ashe teleports back to base, gonna pick up an item, picks up a pickaxe. Couldn't afford the broadsword. Not quite enough gold for that. She is up on items against Tristana by 1 Dorans. Tristana, of course, does have more gold at the tower in the bot lane, about to fall. It's the second tower of the game. They've also lost their top tower. Gangplank's taking this opportunity to do a bit of freeze farming. He's picking himself up double gold per 10 items. Soraka opting to only go for 1 gold per 10 item after her Kindle gem. She picked up an Aegis of the Legion, not going for that Philosopher's Stone. I guess she figures they're so far ahead that she doesn't really need it. Ashe says that she wanted to Flitz farm and freeze farm. She says Blitz needs to roam. She doesn't think she can win this lane now that her tower is down. She really can't have anywhere to fall back to. But unfortunately, before Blitzcrank left, he pushed the lane forward, and so it is not. She can't freeze the lane. This is a pushing lane. Sorry, Ashe. No dice. And Warwick is coming into the bottom lane for a gank. Ashe sees that Warwick is around, so she's going to back off. She doesn't want to get ganked by this Warwick. She's pretty sure that he can kill her. Mordekaiser is farming up the bottom lane. They go for an invade on the enemy blue buff. Ashe spots Warwick heading back middle lane. And yes, that's her key. She sees Olaf there as well. She warns Mordekaiser that Olaf is in fact in their woods. They see Olaf down there now. The invade on the blue buff was successful. The enemy was caught unawares. Ashe now going back to pushing this lane, which is tragically pushing. She really wanted to be freeze farming this lane, but sadly she has to push it forward. You can see her whining about that in chat. She's a big whiner, this Ashe. Mordekaiser farming against this Olaf now in the lane. Top lane, Blitzcrank and Gangplank both pushing that lane forward. Bottom lane, I remember this. Oh, Tristana in the bushes. What are you going to do, Ashe? She's going to trade. She figures she's got a big creep wave here. She can go for it. She gets the ult off. Fighting with Tristana, who does have the BF sword. And unfortunately for Ashe, the Tristana taking down a very low health, but she can't quite get her. So if Ashe hadn't been so far behind, she might have won that trade. Ahri flashes over a wall. She's going in for a kill on this Olaf. Flashes away. Udyr at 30 health, trying to get away. Mordekaiser at very low health, trying to finish off this Ahri. He does have Ignite on her, however, she's not going to die. This Udyr is caught by the Tristana. He's died as well. The score is now 8-20 in favor of the blue team. Olaf says GG in all chat, like a boss. He has great manners, even better manners than this Ashe who's been whining nonstop. Blitzcrank, good on him. He picks up a tower in the top lane. That's what you need to do. If you're behind and you have an opportunity to take a tower, by golly, you need to take that tower. Ashe didn't manage to pick up any items on her back to base, not enough for the BF sword. And she's just going to fire on bottom lane. Is she going to freeze it this time? Nope. Sadly for her, it looks like the lane is still pushing. I don't think you can freeze this Ashe. You can try, but it won't succeed. Gangplank and the Blitzcrank farming up some golems. Ashe hanging out in her lane. Yeah, this is definitely pushing Ashe. No dice. Ahri is finished off for Morello's Evil Tome. Couple Dorns still on just regular boots of speed. Mordekaiser's hanging out in base. Mordekaiser's saying why the one guy thought best start to buy to start is beyond me. He's whining about the failed invade ages ago. Apparently he still hasn't gotten over it. It's still in his mind. He's like, oh, that invade! Gangplank, why were you up here? I think the biggest problem with that invade was just the Blitzcrank pull. Blitzcrank could have tried to get a pull off on the Olaf to finish off real quick at the first blood. Instead he pulled the Warwick into them, and from there it was essentially fail. The Ahri Fox, or the Ahri Orb of Deception, did a lot of damage to the entire team. She hit all of them. Pretty good nuke at level 1 for that team fight. And she is going in on this Blitzcrank. She does hit him with the Charm and the Spirit Rush. Tristana is here to knock him forward, and he falls very quickly. Udyr is a bit out of position. Gangplank uses ultimate, kind of wasted him an ultimate. Ashe does not really want to help this Udyr. She thought about moving forward and using a Frost Vibe, but then she thought, nah, I'd probably just die. I'll just take these creep farms instead. Tristana jumps forward. Udyr says Ashe green circle. Not sure what he meant there. that maybe that he wanted help and that she didn't help her, but Ash is like, you were just dead, man. I wasn't even going to risk death for that. Probably a good decision. Well, that's me on the Ash making that decision, one I'd probably make again. The screw it, you're dead, I don't want to die too decision. It's an important decision to make. Too often people just get themselves killed for no real reason. The tower defense looks like it's going to be successful. We have this Blitzcrank. Ash fires off the arrow to get the initiation on the Tristana. Blitzcrank pulls her forward. She jumps away. However, the Blitzcrank silence goes on her, plus the parley. And now we see that Power Fist knockup on the Soraka is going to take her out instead. Mordekaiser ultimated her. He's going to get the Ghost. Blitzcrank still going in on this Ahri. He's turning back. She's low mana. I don't think she can defend this tower against 4 people plus a Ghost. The Ghost is standing there. We're trying to bait her with the Soraka Ghost. Actually, Mordekaiser's really got no idea how to control his pets. This is my brother on the Mordekaiser. It's the only hero he plays, and he does not know how to control pets. Blitzcrank lands a great hook on the Ahri, plus the knockup, plus the Ash right clicks are enough to take her down, thanks to the parley from the, I think, Gangplank for the kill steal, but it's actually kind of neat. The Olaf coming in from the side, trying to get a kill on this Mordekaiser with the help of his Warwick, switching to the Gangplank instead. Ash getting off some right clicks. Blitzcrank going in for the Power Fist, the hook. Come on, Blitzcrank, you're low health. Ash trying to disable his Olaf, but he can't be disabled. Blitzcrank falls down. Warwick chasing this Ash, and then Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser chooses to go forward. He dies. The Ash looks like she's going to get away. The Gangplank also at low health, trying to get away. And the kill death count is now at 11 to 24. Keep in mind that purple team did pick up a dragon, so 11 to 24, plus they're down 2 towers, but they're up a dragon. And Ash going back to base, 2,000 gold, that's enough for her BF sword. She is still rather behind on Tristana, who has Infinity Edge as a Zeal. It is not good when you don't have Infinity Edge yet, and your opponent, AD carry, has the Infinity Edge plus a Zeal. That is sad times. Tower defense coming up. The volley in from the Ash kind of doesn't really do any damage. Tristana really ripping apart the Sudir, but he's pretty gosh darn tanky. Ash gets off a little cheeky hit on the Tristana, but I think Tristana has picked up her Vampiric Scepter. Does she? No, Tristana actually doesn't have a Vampiric Scepter, so she doesn't very much sustain. Ash doesn't have one either, so no sustain really. Ash gets off the arrow initiation on the Tristana since he sees only 2 people to heal. The Gangplank ult, the Power Fist knockup on the Soraka, but Tristana does knock him back. He pulls Soraka forward. Tristana dives forward to go for a kill on this Gangplank. However, Ash is trying to kill her quite successfully. Now this Warwick is very in danger as he's even ulted by the Mordekaiser. He flashes forward, but with the Mordekaiser ulted and the Ignited on him, he is about to die. So, a bit of a turnaround there for the purple team, still losing quite handily, down 11 kills. Some of them ping the Dragon, some of them ping the Baron. Split decision, looks like 3 of them wanted the Baron, or 2 of them wanted the Baron, 2 of them wanted the Dragon. The people who wanted the Dragon decide that they're going to go with people Baron. Ash, me, one of the people who wanted to go for the Dragon, thinks Baron is too risky, too greedy, bad play. Mordekaiser caught out by this Ahri. He's running away, very low health. Blitzcrank gets executed by Baron. Mordekaiser runs away, very low health. Ash foolishly runs into the middle instead of around from the side. For her foolishness, she is going to die. So Ash dies through a combination of them going for Baron when they probably shouldn't have, and her just being plain stupid. Stupidity, leading cause of death. However, now this Ahri at 200 health feels like she can get this Baron. It's going to be Baron for the blue team, it looks like. The purple team not really in position. Ash died shortly a little while ago. Udyr is the jungler. It looks like he's going to attempt to steal. They do have the ward here. Blue team going for this Baron. Udyr in position to try and make something happen. And wait for it, bam! The flash, smite, steal, plus the Gangplank ult. The steal is successful. Udyr picks up the dragon. The Gangplank ult doing a lot of damage, plus they're already at low health. Udyr does die for the steal. Olaf flashed over the wall. Tristana jumps over the wall. Gangplank running away. This poor Blitzcrank is going to die. That's 2 kills given up so far. 2 people are retreating. The Ashe has just revived since she died in the middle lane. That could have gone actually a lot better for the purple team if Ashe hadn't stupidly gotten herself killed in the middle lane before that, but perhaps if she hadn't gotten herself killed, then they wouldn't have attempted to go for the Baron. So perhaps Ashe's feeder stupidity, dumbass death is actually what gave them the Baron steal. I'm the Ashe, and I'm giving myself full credit for that fantastic play by the Udyr. A great initiation on the Tristana by the Ashe. The Mordekaiser ultimate is going to finish off the Tristana. Soraka running away. Soraka dies, Tristana dies, Warwick being slowed by the frost arrows. Mordekaiser Ghost is killing a catapult instead of Warwick. That's okay because Warwick goes down anyways. And that is that. 17 to 28, still down 11 kills, but up a Baron, up a Dragon, down 3 towers, down 2 towers. So purple team's still behind in this game. Blitzcrank picks up the Oracle's Elixir. Mordekaiser going for the push on middle lane. Ashe paying Dragon. She wants some help, even though she thinks she can solo it. It'll take her a while because of the reduced attack speed debuff. She does have her Infinity Edge, so she can solo this Dragon. She doesn't have the Vampiric Scepter for that sustain yet. She is going up against a Warwick, so if she gets down to half health, the Warwick might spot her. She's a bit worried about that. Olaf defending middle lane against Mordekaiser. Blitzcrank comes in for the power grab on the Dragon. Not successful. But they do pick up the Dragon, so that's their second Dragon. Plus they've got a Baron. The Ahri Foxfiring in, kind of a bush. The brush juke, not super successful. Power Fist knocking her up. Udyr is now fighting this Ahri. Her ultimate is out of charges, I believe. Udyr running away. Pretty high health. He should be fine. Blitzcrank moving forward. He's taking a lot of damage. The Gangplank ultimate goes off. They're going in on this Ahri who is about to die. They do kill the Blitzcrank before they get the Ahri. Gangplank flashes over the wall. Tristana jumps over the wall to kill him. Cut one more hit and he is dead. There's the one more hit. So a bit of a sort of fail play by there. Ashe was nowhere to be found. I'm not sure where Ashe was. It looks like she was buying after going for the Dragon. Olaf, after he said good game at the 16-minute mark, he's just reiterating in case we didn't understand that good game at the 16-minute mark is enough. He says good game, well played. I want to point out that we haven't started a surrender vote yet, other than me at the 4-minute mark asking if my team wanted to surrender prematurely just so we could all go AFK before the 20-minute mark. But once the 20-minute mark came around, no one even wants to surrender. Initiation goes off on the Warwick. Hitting down the Soraka, she goes down quite quickly. The Warwick uses ultimate on the Mordekaiser, but he did it into tower range, didn't manage to kill the Mordekaiser, died in exchange. And so, still down 11 kills. It's amazing, it's strange. It feels like they should be up more, but they're still down 11 kills, the blue team is. Olaf is taking out this tower. Ashe is moving in to defend it. Blitzcrank runs into Tristana in the brush. Ashe just kind of thinking about going in, but she doesn't think she can duel this Olaf. Udyr is going in for the Tristana. Ashe does not really want to fight this Olaf. She doesn't think she can beat him 1v1. Blitzcrank is down here at low health. Udyr is at medium-ish health. Now that Mordekaiser is here, they think that they can get this Olaf, but he's pretty hard to disable. He's running away. Mordekaiser did ultimate him to do a bit of damage, but it doesn't look like it's going to amount to very much. Blitzcrank at low health. In full retreat. They're signaling the withdrawal. Udyr got hit by the charm. Mordekaiser moving in. Ashe thought she could just get a volley over the wall. However, the Ahri made a nice play flashing over the wall to kill her. She also kills the Mordekaiser. And they also kill the Blitzcrank. So, despite that they wanted to withdraw, they pinged that they wanted to withdraw, they did not withdraw, and they gave up 3 kills. They knew that they shouldn't have been there, but alas, I was the Ashe. I thought that I was safe over this wall, but Ahri said, nope, Flash, you dead. And other people died as well, who were not quite as safe as me, alas. That was a great Flash play by the Ahri, really. Olaf tanking this tower, taking quite a bit of damage from the tower. He does not die to it, though. They do manage to finish off the tower. Tristana is going back to base. She's not really on the same page as the rest of her team. Udyr gets ultimated by this Warwick. However, he is very durable. The Gangplank ultimate going down. They're chasing. It's 2v3. The Soraka low health. The Olaf very low health since he was taking the tower. The Ashe ult hits the Warwick. The Udyr running away now that he's low health. The Power Fist from the Blitzcrank probably prevents the Warwick from killing him. The ultimate from the Blitzcrank finishes off the Warwick. Blitzcrank chasing onto the Soraka. He does have this Ashe Mordekaiser backing him up, plus the Gangplank to raise the morale. We have very high morale at this point in the game. We got this. Grab plus Power Fist finishes off the Soraka. Tristana thinks she can duel this Ashe. Ashe thinks she can too, but then Tristana jumps forward, putting her in a very vulnerable position as she gets knocked up, plus Power Lead. And that is enough to finish her off. And actually, great play by the Mordekaiser to have his shield on the Ashe. Gave her that bit of extra armor, which probably helped her survive there. So Ashe still behind on the Tristan's picked up the Quicksilver Sash plus Phantom Dancer. Ash still behind on items compared to the enemy AD carry. Mordekaiser's picked himself up. This is very great. I highly recommend this 27-minute build. The Will of the Ancients plus, Sorcerer's Shoes plus, No Magic Mantle plus, Cloth Armor plus, Blasting Wand. Gives you everything you need. Oh yeah, plus the Health Potion. Absolutely essential that you get that Health Potion. The Mordekaiser has ultimate, this Olaf to go into shield. However, the Charm from the Ari is enough to pull him forward, finish him off. She's trying to Foxfire forward to get this Blitzcrank. She might have another Charm in her. We'll see. He has to have the Overdrive to make himself run away. Meanwhile, Udyr was firing bottom lanes, picked himself up the Warden's Mail. Looks like he's going to be finishing perhaps a Omen sometime soon. We do have this inhibitor, is quite exposed. The enemy team pushing it with the Olaf. The Udyr, Ashe here to try and defend it, pushing him away. Ashe doesn't really want to be caught forward. She's playing very defensively. She wants to wait for the rest of her team to get here, really. And she's now going in on this Ari. She does Alter, plus the Power Fist from the Blitzcrank, plus the grab in on the Warwick. The ultimate, silencing the Warwick. Tristana leaps forward to do a bit of damage. Ashe blinks away. She is going in on this Tristana. She probably should be hitting the Warwick. The Warwick heal. She finishes off the Tristana. The Warwick at low health. But the three of them there, the Ashe is trying to throw off some volleys, trying to sort of kite them out. The Mordekaiser is here as well. She's just trying to stay at range. She doesn't think she can fight the Olaf with the Warwick there as well. Now that the Udyr is here, they can probably push forward. However, they've lost the inhibitor. The enemy team is a retreat, and they cannot really catch them since Ashe's arrow is on cooldown. However, the enemy team decided to turn around. The Udyr is getting off a lot of stuns. He's sort of stunning everyone. They're going in on the Olaf. Ashe is being killed by the Olaf. The Olaf is going to die in exchange. Now going more stuns on the Soraka. Udyr is packing out stuns for everyone. This Warwick coming back in, stun on him. Udyr stunning everyone. However, Warwick, that ridiculous lifesteal plus the heal from the Soraka is enough to get them to finish them off. Blitzcrank late to the party. If he'd been there a bit early, things would have been different, but he had died. He came as quick as he could, essentially. Gangplank teleports in, I think. Does Gangplank teleport? Yes, he does. So Gangplank teleported in just to get a bit of farm on. I'm not sure that's the best use of teleport in the world, but whatevs. There is another Baron up. Baron was killed earlier. It has since respawned. Blitzcrank, good player, warded up the Baron. He's picked himself up a Rod of Ages. Plus Kindle Gem. Looks like he's going to be making Shrelia's soonish trademark. Ashe has finished off her Vam Dancer. She sold the Dorans to buy a Vamp Scepter. Not a huge upgrade there. Trading Dorans for a Vamp Scepter. It's kind of arguable, really. I made that decision. I'm not sure it's the best decision in the world, but I was like, yeah. Especially going up against a Tristana who has that the healing reduction to make the lifesteal less useful than it could be. Gangplank and Ashe going in for this blue buff. Ashe really just wants to kill the little creeps for the gold. Quite content to give the Olaf the blue buff. Mordekaiser top lane, nowhere to be found. Realistically, we would have wanted him to get that, but he was so far away the enemies might have gotten it instead. Looks like there's battle shaping up for the Baron and / our woods. Warwick is a bit out of position. Ashe does have her arrow. She probably should have ulted Warwick earlier. She waited a bit too long, I think, for that ultimate. They are going to kill the Warwick. So they catch the Warwick out of position, and Ashe, the arrow was enough to finish him off. The grab from the Blitzcrank does not hit anyone. Morale is being raised. Oranges are being eaten. Looks like we're going to retreat, go for the Baron, see if the enemy team moves forward to contest this. They do have 5 of them up. They're down, though. They're Warwick, which is sort of an important player. Ari says, yo, base. Soraka laughing. Well, I catch the Soraka laugh. We say, shit. Looks like it's going to be uncontested Baron in exchange for the base. We lose a base tower. We lose an inhibitor. We do get the Baron. Ari actually comes in. It would have been really, if she came here a bit early and she managed to cancel all our recalls, then we probably would have lost the game. But she did not manage to make that play. Now we're going in on this Soraka, I think. So the knock-up on the Soraka, the silence, the shield is going off. The Olaf, so much damage. He blitzes through the Blitzcrank. Now he's going in on the Ashe, who does flash away. He is knocked up and taking some hits from the tower, which is enough to finish him off. The Gangplank, is going in for this Soraka. Now he's going for someone else, but they flashed away. Soraka knocked up. She is toast. Toast, toast, toast. Super toast. French toast. Tristana still in their base. Ari late to the party. Spirit rushing away. The grab misses. She flashes away. Tristana still in their base. So the kill score 28 to 40 now. The Ash arrow, oh my god, what a fail Ash arrow that is. And Tristana goes down anyway. So that was a fail Ash arrow for two reasons. Number one reason it was fail arrow was because it missed, and obviously that's fail. But number two was though even though it missed, she got the kill anyway, so it wasn't even needed. So it was just wasted. So not only did it miss, but they didn't need it to hit. So even if it had hit, it wasn't needed. So it was just a waste. So they're going in for the dragon. And I think they get the dragon. I don't think that was stolen. I'm pretty sure we got that. We got that. They're going in on the Ari, who really has no health at all, and very quickly picked off by the... I think Gangplank might have gone to crit. He does with the Trinity Edge. And Ari blames the Warwick on her team for running away in that 2v2 fight. Clearly it was her fault that she had no health and engaged against a Blitzcrank who had the grab, who had the knock, who had the silence to finish her off, and she has no health. Udyr very accurately says that pirates and robots are scary. Beep boop, the reply from Blitzcrank. So, right now, blue team still down 10 kills. They've picked up a couple Barons, however they've lost 8 towers and they've only killed 3 towers. So they're behind 5 towers, down 2 inhibitors, trying to defend until the inhibitors come back up. Ashe has finished herself off a Bloodthirster in addition to her Infinity Edge and Fam Dancer. I don't think I like this choice. She really should have picked up the Revive item. Ashe, you stupid noob, why don't you get the Revive item? You can't just get all damage. That is not a good decision. But whatevs. Tristana on the other team has finished off a Quicksilver Slash plus a Last Whisper plus Infinity Edge plus Fam Dancer. So she is up essentially one item, a survivability item. And Ashe opted not to go for Last Whisper because she didn't see too much armor on the enemy team. Ari says, you'll be fighting a 4v5 till Warwick dies, then I'll come fight. So Ari is clearly on tilt. The initiation on the Warwick kills him quite quickly. The Olaf is going in for the Ashe. Is he going to get her? He's doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Olaf does dive on Ashe quite successfully. Olaf is unstoppable. They do manage to stop him, but not before he kills Mordekaiser. Tristana is still alive. She is doing ridiculous damage. The Olaf, or the Udyr, is going in on the Soraka. Meanwhile, Gangplank does manage to kill the Tristana miraculously. The Udyr is at full health against this Ari. It's a one-on-one fight now. Everyone else is dead. But in this one-on-one, I have to say that Udyr is the favorite. Ari does have a death cap, but she doesn't have any sort of Hextech Deathblade or Hextech Gunblade or Will of the Ancients for that sustain. Udyr goes right under the tower to ace her. And he probably should have farmed these creeps, but instead he's going to recall. Ashe says that we lost that fight heavy. The reason Ashe said that is because while that fight went on, they lost a base tower, and they have lost another base tower. So if we redo that battle again, and they did get one more kill, so they wiped the enemy team and only lost 4 people, but in exchange, they lost a base tower, and they lost almost another base tower. So if they do that again, essentially they lose the game. Mordekaiser says, if we hit one guy, not 3. I don't know, the problem there was they tried to focus the Olaf, and they almost killed him, but not quite. If they had just a little bit more damage on the Olaf, they would have finished him off. But when you almost kill an Olaf and bring him down to low health like that, he just wrecks you because of his passive. That gives him more attack speed, lower health he is. Olaf says, minions OP because the minions took out our base. Blitzcrank says, do your minions eat at Raw Cafe? I don't quite get that. Blitzcrank, robots, they haven't programmed robots with working sense of humor yet. That's humor version 1.0, the beta. It'll be funny in the second release, maybe. Raw, bleep 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 Warwick in the bleep 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 cafe. Ari is really pissed off at her Warwick ever since he got killed, or she got killed down there. I guess I can't see the chat on the enemy team, but it would be probably kind of interesting. I imagine there's a lot of rage coming out from this Ari. Probably Warwick is talking some smack too. Ari says, he ate your blue chillin'. Unfortunately, I think they took our blue buff, bastards. Oh, Ari's reporting the position. I didn't report this Ari for negative attitude in the end of the game just because I was so happy I won. But Udyr is caught out of position. The Warwick ultimate is on him. The Tristana does a bit of a fail flash forward, but they do kill the Udyr. Ash just recalls back to base. She's like, screw this, guys. That inhibitor's already dead. I'm going back to base, buying a Lost Whisper, and I'll defend this Nexus turret with you guys, is what Ash says. Which is a good decision, really. I don't think they could win a team fight for this inhibitor. They're just going to give it up. They're like, yeah, we can't win this fight. We'll try and win the fight at the tower. Bit of a better choice. The Blitzcrank grab on the Ahri, plus the Ash arrow is enough to finish off the Ahri. The Gangplank ultimate do a lot of damage. Blitzcrank running away. The Olaf is going in on this Ash, however, she flashes away, and they are at this tower. Ash now switching to this Warwick, trying to finish off the Warwick. She does finish off the Warwick. She is now going in on the Tristana, probably, trying to get the Tristana before she dies. Tristana doing a lot of damage. They do get the Tristana, however, this Olaf is now here to dive onto the Ash. He does get her, however, he's being hit by the tower. He gets killed. Now it's just the Soraka, the Blitzcrank with the clutch triple kill. Blitzcrank now going in on the Soraka. He gets power grab on the Soraka, power fist knocking her up, and that is really the quadra kill. So the quadra kill, a bit of too much of a delay, and Mordekaiser says, "Crank, why are you not in battle at base?" Even though Blitzcrank got a quadra kill. This is my brother Exojo. He is. You really got to wonder sometimes the things my brother says. He's accusing Blitzcrank of not being in a battle where he got a quadra kill. Okay. This Gangplank has picked up an Atmas and a Warmogs, plus a BF sword, so he's pretty well farmed. Everyone pretty well farmed, really, since the purple team, they don't have many towers, but they've been picking up the Baron and the Dragon, so quite a bit of gold for them. Mordekaiser has respawned. Mordekaiser has the Aegis of the Legion, plus Will of the Ancients. So I was making fun of his build earlier, but it did end in Aegis of the Legion. Does someone else have Aegis? Blitzcrank also has not the Aegis, the Woda. So they're running the double Woda. I'm not sure I really like the Woda on Blitzcrank. Debatable. I guess, yeah, it's good on him. They're saying that Mordekaiser should use his ultimate on Tristana, because if his ultimate got a Ghost Tristana, it would pretty much be GG, game over. Tristana goes too strong. But Tristana does have Quicksilver Sash, so that's probably not a very good choice, because we think that her ultimate works on her. We're not sure about that. Blitzcrank goes in for the pull on the Soraka. The Ash arrow does land on the Olaf, who's running away. He uses his ultimate. Ash is going in on the Soraka to kill her real quick. She's trying to run away from this Olaf. Probably should have just stood her ground and fought. She dies. She does take Olaf down fairly lowish health before she falls down, though. Blitzcrank at low health, Gangplank in. The Blitzcrank gets hook off on the Tristana, plus the Power Fist knockup, finishes her off. Olaf at low health, but at low health, Olaf is still a very dangerous Olaf, who's going in on the Gangplank. Meanwhile, the Warwick and the Udyr are fighting. However, the Olaf looks like he's going to finish off the Gangplank. Meanwhile, the Udyr is fighting the Warwick. Udyr getting the better of this battle. Gangplank actually gets a parley off on him. Now Udyr is fighting the Olaf, plus the parleys from the Gangplank. They're just trying to kite him, plus stun him when they can. However, he does a ridiculous amount of damage. Now Mordekaiser's here to come in and finish him off. Whew. However, while that happened, the blue team did pick up the Baron. So they lost the team fight, but won the Baron. The kill count now at 44 to 48 in favor of the blue team. Olaf finishing off, or Udyr finishing off. I keep saying getting Udyr and Olaf mixed up for some strange reason. Udyr finishing off the Dragon. I think they've received every dragon of the game so far. Ash is quite wealthy. She's finished, or she got her last Whisper a while ago. She does have a bit of gold. She really wants to farm her last item to get that full item build. Or almost full. The really full, I think, is when you sell the Berserker Greaves and buy a Trinity Force instead. That's the super full item. It's like, psh, I got so much gold, I don't need boots, I'll just get Trinity Force. Or maybe a Phantom Dancer. I'm not sure what would be better. Anywho, I guess Trinity Force is not that strong, Nash. It's hard to say. They are farming it up. They're pinging the base tower. I guess they want to just defend the base tower because they're down 2 inhibitors. Usually don't want to be too aggressive while they're down 2 inhibitors. Usually the best idea is to stay in your base, not even to leave the base, unless you've got great ward coverage. Just stay in your base, wait for your inhibitors to respawn. Don't get caught dying just for a Wraith camp. Usually not worth it to risk death to farm a Wraith camp. If there's a Baron or a Dragon, those can be, I mean, you can't just sit in your base and lose Baron or Dragon, but those are both just down, so there really aren't any objectives on the map worth contesting, just the blue buff. So they're farming it up. Ash really wants to farm. She says, please let me farm, guys. Really, I really want to farm. I'm really close to my last item. So, the inhibitors are respawning soon. Ash says, please let me farm my guardian angel. Pretty, please. She is so close. She needs like one more kill. But it doesn't look like she's going to get it. Sadly, she is very close to getting it, but not quite. The Olaf is running away from the Blitzcrank. The other 3 people on the blue team are moving up to kill this inhibitor that just respawned. Now they're moving back. Parley, Gangplank going in for some parleys, but in exchange, Tristan hits him a couple times. He loses that poke exchange. Olaf is going in for the top tower. He finishes it off. The split push too strong for the purple team. However, the Olaf split push is failing. He dies. He does a bit of damage to the Ashe. The Ashe arrow goes off on the Olaf. She was aiming for the Tristana. She's now trying to kill the Tristana. The Mordekaiser ults her, but she Quicksilver sashes out of it. They finish off the Warwick really quick. The Soraka is running down. And at this point, Ari quit the game right now. So, Ari quit. The game is pretty much over. And they kill the Soraka. So, good game, well played. 42-minute mark, 47 kills, 48 kills. Now that the Ari's quit, I don't think they stand a chance in heck. But we'll see if they can win a 4v5 without the Ari. Olaf, this is, I think, the 3rd time he said good game. He said at the 16-minute mark, he said good game. Then at the 24-minute mark, he said good game, well played. Now at the 42-minute mark, he says good game, 4v5, you're bad. Oh, Olaf. You should really learn what good game means and what manners are. But oh well. Gangplank says, you just throw all day like your job. So the Olaf went for the split push, which wasn't a terrible idea, but he really should have just gone back after he got the tower, I guess. Split pushing is okay, but if you're still there and you get pounced by the enemy team and die, it's usually a fail. Split pushing good unless you die, in which case split pushing not good. The Tristana finishes off this Mordekaiser quite easily. The Ashe with the arrow. Bam! You can't jump away to dodge my Ashe arrows, punk. So Ashe does apparently know how to land an arrow every now and then. Actually, Ashe arrows have been pretty good. Ashe has been mainly saving her arrows just for short range initiation in team fights. The sort of arrows that can't miss. And Udyr fighting Warwick in the jungle along with the help of this Blitzcrank. Warwick really can't even hurt this Udyr, trying to lifesteal him in vain. Blitzcrank was actually just staying in the woods waiting for Warwick to get lower before he came in. However, Soraka is here as well. Udyr is taking a lot of damage. Now this Olaf is here. Oh god, Olaf is here too. Olaf turns the tables quite quickly. Ashe was a bit late to the party. Ashe did finish off for Guardian Angel. And Blitzcrank is overdriving away at the volley from the Ashe, hitting absolutely nothing. It was kind of the, I'm here volley. Don't kill my Blitzcrank, please volley. There's another one. Now she's trying to kite him. Kite him. You can kite him. Oh, the grab from the Blitzcrank. And uh-oh, the silence. Olaf trying to go for this Ashe. However, this Ashe has learned her lesson and has decided that she's going to stand her ground against this Olaf, especially when she has help. They're going in on this Soraka, on this Warwick. Mordekaiser is preventing the top lane. I think that inhibitor is already dead, isn't it? The double kill in the bot lane, the Ashe finishes off the Warwick and the Soraka were trying to run in vain. So this Mordekaiser farming top lane. I think this inhibitor is dead, isn't it? Sorry. Oh no, it has the beam of light. That inhibitor's alive. So Mordekaiser defending that inhibitor. Bottom tower finally dies. The 45-minute mark, the bottom tier 1 tower falls. Mordekaiser is pushing top lane like a beast. You got this, Mordekaiser. You got this. Meanwhile, the other 3 people on his team pushing bottom tower. One of them is dead. Udyr just coming back. He died in the jungle, remember? And they're now pushing this bottom tower with 3 of them, I think. There are only Tristana alive and Ari quit, so only one person on the other team is alive. This is quite definitely the cleanup. They take out this inhibitor, and now they're switching to top inhibitor. Mordekaiser and Udyr are coming down the middle. They finish off this inhibitor and run back. KTOAPC signals the retreat because there are 2 allies right here, and there's no real reason to stay when there are 3 of them when you have 2 allies coming in. However, this Tristana is coming in from behind for some reason. Blitzcrank pings her. I don't know what she's doing. She gets parlayed by the Gangplank, which really chunks her. Plus the grab, it finishes her off. KTOAPC wants to Baron. Bit of a dumb choice right there. You just killed the enemy AD carry. You've got full items. Why are you Baroning? Like, just why? I mean, it's the chances of failure for this Baron are like 0%. But I mean, this is the unneeded Baron. But whatevs, we got Baron. Why not? I guess the enemy team still do have both their towers up. Really should just kill them while Tristana was dead. Going for that Baron basically means that Tristana is going to respawn sort of in time, which is not a good choice, I do not feel. But here comes the push. I think all 5 of them are here. All 5 of them should be here. Is someone not here? Where is someone? Oh, Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank decided that he didn't want to end the game, so he countered the Baron with, oh, I don't want to end the game. But Keith destroys tower. Tristana's still dead for 5 seconds. Tristana's still dead for 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and there goes the base. So, Olaf is saying that we only got lucky, essentially because someone quit on his team, but Ash counters that I think that he got lucky because that early invade, they got a 6-for-1 trade, which is a pretty ridiculously lucky way to start a game. I mean, you can call it lucky, really. It's not just luck. I mean, the purple team did the trade pretty poorly. I mean, it wasn't just luck the blue team won. The purple team basically screwed up and did a stupid invade and played it poorly. But in terms of luck, I mean, basically, I'm not going to say it was lucky. They had an early lead. The game was theirs, essentially. They were given a 6-for-1 trade on the invade. The game was theirs to win, and they just screwed it up, essentially. So it's not really that Ari was a leaper or a rager that won the game. Realistically, by the 42-minute mark, they should have won the game already. At that point, they were just not coordinated in team fights and just so out of position. Not working together at all. The purple team did a much better job of working together, which is pretty much why they won the game. There was a lot of blue team. They had 2 or 3 people left over, and they were trying to push with those 2 or 3 people. But then the Ash arrow initiation plus the Blitzcrank hook follow up was just too strong, and they were easily able to pick off the 2 or 3 people who were out of position trying to push. So I think they weren't all on the same page. If the whole enemy team was trying to push together and end the game, they probably would have won it. But as was, they had 3 people who really should have backed off, because with when you're going against Ash, you can't Ash can basically initiate and force a fight. If you're going against an Ash, you have to, if you can't win a fight, you have to get out immediately. You can't hang around, because if you hang around, she will initiate on you, and you will lose. Anyways, KeithMC, over and out. That was a ridiculous game. Thanks for watching.